Mountains coming rolling, problem coming. Whoa, hero, see our way. Hero, see our way. Problem coming rolling. Problem, share of the life. Share of the life. The sea, normal tonight. Normal tonight. I know the Lord. Let's make a door of God. Give me roll. Let's never like that forward. Forward, still this forward. Lord, I feel with a concrete friend. What's up from hey when I'm done with them tonight? Look here now, man. Sickness from he will away. He come sickness away. Hero to see our way. Hero to sickness roll see our way. Hero to see our way. Roll all the sickness away. All of the bill they repair. Roll us see our way. Roll us see our way. Roll us see our way. Roll us, roll us see our way. Roll us see our way. Roll us see our way. Roll us, then forward till it's forward. Roll up billows, dash and spray. We'll accomplish that. We will push on. One more time. Then forward. Forward till it's forward. Roll up billows, dash and spray. We'll accomplish that. We will push on. And one more time. Never be there. You want to see our way. You want to see our way. Gonna see our way. Problem come here rolling up. Sickness come rolling up. Come on the front, right now. All the problem come here. Lord Jesus. Andrew Wonders. Come on the front of the crowd. Somebody else say, roll, rod and roll. I'm going, hey, when I'm done with them tonight. Oh yeah. When I'm done with them tonight. And do thy work thyself. Come on the front of the class. Say, roll, rod and roll. On the front of the class. Take up on the friend them. Take up on the friend them. We go here, oh God. I see anybody will come and ask it.
Call ended.
Ricardo, you can't call now. Hero to see our way. Hero to see our way. Hero to see our way. All of the problem roll up. All of the sickness roll up. All of the bill them roll up. Everything's problem. Yeah. Hallelujah. Glory. Thank you, Jesus. When me wear all white, you know, not normal, you know. Whatever you face this week, forward still. Whatever mountains come in your way, forward still. Yeah. Show me a car. If you walk out to war, forward still. Canada, disappointment from forward still. Africa. And if another pastor fall, forward still. After the pastor we are follow. We obey with pastor, but we are follow Jesus. Forward still. What about the run tonight? Young people, walk holy, make the right decisions, walk right, walk holy. Ramandosia,
Good evening to all of you students. Good evening to those across the globe, all of my Canada links, all of those out of Canada, good night. Those in the United States, good night. Those in England, good morning. It's either 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning in England. Good morning to those in England. To the people in Africa, I don't know if it's morning or night, but good day to you all in Africa. When you see I wear all white, something going bust out tonight in Jamaica. When I go for my white robe, something going bust and talk about tonight. And to my dear Caribbean neighbors, Grenada, Trinidad, to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to the people of Barbados, you have the best prime minister in the region, Mia Mottley. To the people in Trinidad and Tobago, great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. To the people of Dominica, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, the people of St. Lucia, the people in the Bahamas, the people in Haiti, Dominica Republic, the people of Cuba, the people of Turks and Caicos and Curacao, the British Virgin Islands, yes man, those in Johannesburg in South Africa, good morning to you. These just greetings I reach. Somebody I go and talk, this is something I believe everybody deserves. Orlando, Jamaica. Wanna see me better now? Wanna see me better now, my students? Sorry about the dirty camera. Today, I was in General Foods. One of my correspondents telling me something that happens at General Food today. Little after 6 today, Jamaica's Jezebel, the Jezebel spirit. You see, at General Foods are going a serious lesson tonight. Here is what you want here we go on at General Foods today. If you don't want to know we're going to General Foods, make the life reach 7,000. Make the life reach a 7,000. Me I go show you the injustice in a Jamaica. Big up General Foods and their management. Una go hear the liberty we go on at General Foods today. Make the life reach 6,500 or 7,000. Jamaica greatest Jezebel go at General Foods today. Where the number them? Me call the person. And see if them willing to talk. Public. What a bangarang when you hear this a story. Who might hear this story talk? Let me not see. Let me tell them if he miss it. Hear what them say. The Jezebel came to General Food Supermarket this afternoon at about 5:30, accompanied by a Mr. ZJ and a clear-skinned lady to shop. General Foods policy is that you must wear a mask to enter. You know me say too, the policy of General Foods, all me upset with General Foods policy, is that you must wear a mask before you enter. The Jezebel Jamaica. Yes, the Jezebel. She came in and refused to wear a mask and went on and shopped without a mask, refusing to abide by the policy. When she finished shop and went to cash, the cashier refused to cash her without a mask, and the cashier stood her ground. The Jezebel then asked one of the persons that accompanied her to cash instead, while she still refused to put on the mask. I understood that someone who was with her had mask, and we also sell masks. One of the guardsmen security, who was upset of what the Jezebel did, left front very upset. I went from around the back to witness for myself. On my arrival, I saw her at the front desk, to the side without a mask, talking to the supervisors, and they informed her of the policy, which she refused to comply. I went outside and came back and stand in front of her about 3 feet and looked dead in her eye for about 10 minutes as she was speaking to the manager at the front desk, and she took her phone and called the justice minister. And then she's speaking with him. She went on to explain how the policy could lead to discrimination and could lead to a possible lawsuit. I stood dead, looked 3 feet away to know. As she was speaking, she went on to say it's not legal, and the manager told her it is General Foods policy. I told her she has an option, and the manager, knowing I am a political activist, make sure she keep remind her of the policy. She leave General Foods after 6. But here is my problem. And you see, this is where I'm talking about the injustices in Jamaica. Because you're the first Jezebel of the country. The first Jezebel. Yeah, man, you're the first Jezebel. Because you're the first Jezebel of the country. Remember saying that even if you keep your man because you have matey in the parliament. It's not me says where them say pan pink wall. Say matey in the parliament. Who give you the right for things so you can come at General Foods? Come change the people and policy because you're the first concubine for the country. Because you're the first concubine for the country. You think because you're the first Jezebel, because you think say your name wife, you think say you can walk around and beat up and deal with anybody anywhere. I'm going to say this to you in Jamaica. Had it been anybody else, General Food would have denied them access to even enter and further shop. She was cashed. Right? She stand there. I bad up the supervisor, Jamaica. She go on with herself. And she was adamant she's not cash. She now wear no mask. But because you're the first lady for Jamaica, you think, say, everywhere you go. Let me tell you something. Your first lady status coming to an end in another year or two. Chief Jezebel for Jamaica. Your first lady status will come to an end or two in another year or two. So you can go on. Yeah, man, she a Cleopatra, but she also wear the name Jezebel. She's a dangerous and evil woman. Dangerous and evil woman. When you see her at Grand Gala, in the big earring, them are coming like say, I kick me, kill me. She don't know nothing name class and standard. Nothing no know as class and standard. Nothing. Only never see the big old earring them in her ears. Well, look like Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Only never see only never see the state of the... Hey, no, let me tell her. The earring them went from Yaso to Don Yaso. With one wally pa shibang pan them. Yes, man, the Jezebel. The big Jezebel. The big old Jezebel. Jezebel must go down. Yes, Sharon. Sharon, oh, the Jezebel must go down. You hear what I say, students? The Jezebel. We never see the shebang in our ears. One time it feel like me see all our head. You know, like me see all our head. Me see all our head Jamaica. Me see our head world. Those in the US who never see it. All our head can't manage the earring cause about 20 pound a earring. About 20 pound. But yet still you're going to General Food. And you decide say you now wearing a mask. Eh? You're now wearing a mask? Anyways, Jamaica. We'll never see the big shebang in her ears. We'll never see she have on the half full color green. And the green dress where she have on ugly and mucky. Me not tell her like Sandra Golding, you never look bad at the Jamaica 60 Grand Gala. Sandra Golding, all the chief of defense staff, Antoinette Weems Gorman, and she look like the first lady for the country. Because I see the woman in one piece, the next woman, the Jezebel, in a one piece of fresh dress. I don't know who could cut up that dress they put pan her. Big Grand Gala, you know, in a one nice stately looking dress. You look like any concubine. You gonna tell me say in that Grand Gala, and when people are look back, pan history in an archive, add out the piece of crocodile color dress you in her. Are your skin done black and dark already? Your skin done black and dark already. Another the ugly crocodile looking dress. Then you have one big shebang. You know, like you have Genie or Obia. How you having at the bag for Obia? Your matey? Are your matey did have for Obia? Your frefre bag, where did have in the frefre bag? Isla hold me. Isla hold me did have. Anyways, Jamaica, we not stay upon them tonight, you know. That was just the gimmicks. That was just the laughter to keep the class going. Who really wants to hear the... Who really wants to hear the truth of what we're discussing tonight? Who wants to hear what I'm discussing tonight, Jamaica? This is not what we're discussing because them not worth mentioning. Matey and wife not worth mentioning. We have matters of importance to discuss. And I'm going to lecture now, so let me take off my blazer. Who is ready for class? 7.4 students are here. I'm going to give the background to the lecture tonight to Jamaica and the world. March of this year, I believe in about February, the Caribbean heads of government met and they agreed that they would have continued to support Bernice Scotland to continue her bid as the Commonwealth Secretary General. And the entire Caribbean region gave support to Bernice. The entire Caribbean region gave support to Bernice. But in March, if I do recall, Jamaica and the world, there were speculations that somebody has ambitions of running for Secretary General. It so happened, Jamaica. Remember, said Jamaica said they are going to support Bernice Scotland, you know, for Secretary General. And it so happened, Jamaica. It so happened. It so happened. It so happened that all of a sudden, Kamina Johnson Smith now has an interest to become the Secretary General. Remember, you know, Kamina and all of them gave their support in Jamaica. World. All on. When I say Jamaica, all who love Jamaica just know say. Me can't say world and Jamaica. People. They all gave support. They all came out, including Kamina Johnson Smith herself, and said they are going to support Bernice Scotland to continue as Secretary General. Now, Jamaica, who remembered what happened back in June? Because we're in August now. Who remembered what happened in June? All of them pack up and run. Go down to Kigali, down to Rwanda. Only remember in Jamaica. First concubine run go down there. Prime Minister run go down there. Tourism Minister run go down there. The nasty, dirty Minister of Information, the send up boy run go down there. Who remember? All of them run Ghana Kigali. But before that, you remember said the Rwanda man come to Jamaica and the amount of millions them spent for hosting for about 3 or 4 days. Who remember? Who remember? How much people are going to talk up some things tonight. Them not gonna like me after tonight. Well, them done eat, let me get used to it. Them done eat me already, so when me done talk tonight, I'm more problem. What when I don't talk? Oh, we want to remember the case, man. Only remember the case. Now Jamaica. Remember I asked some questions a few months ago. How much money was spent? How much money was spent? How much money was spent on the Commonwealth visit? Here's why I ask my students. Enough time we hear people calling say, hospitals don't have bed, they don't have medication, they don't have the basics to keep the hospital going. Sometimes you go to a police station, police not even have printer for printing a statement. Police no have the basic equipment for fight crime. Now Jamaica, when you're going to the school them, the schools now have all of the equipment, the resources for teach the picnic them. Lie me I tell. Lie me I tell. I want to tell me, Jamaica. When we go all about, when we look upon the garbage disposal, where garbage now get picked up properly and is not being disposed of effectively. When we look upon our roads, them Jamaica, where roads are not being kept properly, and a lot of our roads have many potholes. Allow me to tell. When we look across Jamaica, when you look across Jamaica, people suffer daily. Am I telling a lie? Am I telling a lie? People suffer daily in this country. But you can now have a government that spends $43 million on a campaign that failed. $43 million was spent on a campaign. $43 million. $43 million was spent on a campaign. $43 million. Poor people hungry in this country. Our hospitals are in a deplorable condition. Our school system don't have enough resources. And 43 million was spent on to get one person into office. $43 million was spent to get one person into office. 43 million dollars. 43. $43 million. 43 million. What was so special about Kamina Johnson Smith? Is Kamina Johnson Smith the golden girl who did not get the golden trophy? Is Kamina Johnson Smith the golden girl who did not get the golden trophy? Is Kamina Johnson Smith the golden girl that never get the golden trophy? And to all of you who are on the platform saying that I need to be more respectful to our authorities, let me say this to you. Let me take off this. The authorities don't respect the ordinary Jamaican who needs help. The authorities doesn't care about the ordinary Jamaican who is hungry, poor and impoverished. The authorities does not care. When crime has escalated, they now tell you, go and lock your doors. That's the authorities. The authorities that you're telling us to respect are those who have no regards for you. The authorities that you're saying we must respect and be respectful to has no regards for the people and your children. The authorities have no regard for your picking them school. When I have toiletries, the picking them school, when I have the resources to teach the picking them, come September morning. Those are the authorities that you all want us to respect. But respect goes two folds and two sprung. Two folds and two sprung. You respect a nation, you would have had regards to know that you cannot spend $43 million that was wasted on one person's public interest. One person's interest was $43 million. Have you gone down to Central Kingston? Have the authorities done enough for Central Kingston? 30 family members were firebombed over the weekend. The authorities go look for them. The authorities go give them toiletries. The authorities go do nothing and look out for them. We're not talking about authorities. Has the authorities done anything for the people in Gregor Park? Has the authorities done anything for Mr. Peart, who was locked down and incarcerated for 12 years and 5 days? What has the authorities done for the interest of poor, the dispossessed, and the impoverished? They have not done anything. So when you come and tell me about respect for authority, respect is due to the Jamaican citizen who placed them into power. Respect is due for public accountability and transparency. The authorities must respect us too. So don't come and tell me to come and respect the authorities who look at us as bossy slaves. They don't have any regard for the Jamaican population. The authorities go look for me so yet. After 27 days, a police who allegedly killed her daughter. The authorities look for anyone and picnic them, want to not suffer. How much you can go a politician doorway, want to no hungry and can't get a meal? You know who can run go to? Who can go to people like Auntie Dana and Auntie Dana feed, you know? Who can go look to other small people and them out there. I look out for no. Authorities now do that. Want to go to authorities and know what them say too, no? I'm in a meeting. Can you go to my office and want to go to them office? Where authorities look for no. They will see they can't do it now, but they will see in the next 3 to 4 months. 400 teachers leaving the country. Come September morning. What is the authorities doing for that? Have you considered that? You know that $43 million could have played the teachers better. That $43 million could have improved the salaries of police officers so they would have come out and stopped being in a life of crime. That $43 million could have paid a nurse overtime. That $43 million could have aided the soldiers or the firefighters. That $43 million could have been paid security guards. So when you go and talk about authorities, talk about the truth and the fact, my friend. One person, do you think it is right for one person for $43 million to be spent on one person's ambition? And it was a failed attempt. Failed attempt. Failed attempt. You know how much people in a golden age home will need help? Don't you hear about how the people on a father or long place, the state where them in? I'm not come and talk about authorities. You guys are delusional. You not lose it. How many years have you had regards for them? How many years? We look out and we adore and praise them. And they have done nothing for us. Nothing. 400 teachers leaving the public education system. And what is the authority doing about that? Right now, there's no running water. The people them down water commission wants better salaries. And they can't be paid. That $43 million could have done something for them. So when you're going to look and say you love Andre, but you can be more respectful to the authorities. You know how much people are without food, and the authorities can't even open a food bank in every parish. Imagine if we had 14 food banks across Jamaica. Do you know how many more people would have been going to their beds fully nourished? You know how many people in this country, when last has the authorities looked at you, the only time they look at us, my dear friend, is every 4 to 5 years when an election come. 4 to 5 when elections come, they look at you. Are you going to tell me I must have respect for the authorities? I must have respect for the authorities who have no respect for us. I must respect the authorities when all their selfish ambitions were simply to put one woman in office. Imagine. And then I want to ask further questions, my student. They said 12.2 was spent by the office of the Prime Minister for traveling and accommodations. 7.1 was spent on the Foreign Affairs Ministry. And 5.1 was spent in the Tourism Ministry. $18.2. 18 costed us $43 million. Tell me if that's another golden girl. Tell me if that no must be 18.2 million from public relations and 43 million cumulatively. 43. Respectfully, Prime Minister Holness, can you say that the money was well spent? Can you tell Jamaica in your mind if that money, did we get justice? Can you tell Jamaica if that money was well spent? $43 million. Look how much people call. Look how much people need help. And one woman ambitions costed a country $43 million. 43 million. And you're going to tell me that as a nation we are going to sit down and be silent about this? Be silent about this? When a nation, they spend $43 million. Hello, good night.
Good night, Andrew.
Uh-huh.
We are on the live tonight.
Yes, I'm on my live.
Wow, that is very wonderful, man.
But you should have known that you have to watch me to know that I'm on the live. Or can you be calling, ask if I'm on the live?
All right, bless up yourself, man. Bless up yourself, man. Bless up. Anyways, I would like to use your platform to say some things, and I want the bloggers to. If you don't know Andre Stevenson, please don't say anything.
What are you calling about? Because I'm in the middle of a serious lecture.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you that you have some bloggers just passing some allegations.
Yeah, but me now go look on them bloggers there right now.
No, I am not looking at them now.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of a serious lecture right now. I can't stop the lecture for any bloggers. I can't do that.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, so you have to go call back probably in the but right now I'm in a deep mood of lecturing.
All right, bless up yourself, man.
Cool.
And keep safe.
Can't take that. Me can't do that. $43 million. 43 million. Wayne, call me now, please. Wayne, call me. $43 million spent. And so many people are impoverished. And so many people are in poverty in this country. One woman's ambition. You know this ambition reminds me of Helen of Troy. Helen. Hello?
Good night, Andre.
Can you tell a nation when you saw the Gleaner report that $43 million was spent on one woman's personal bid? 43 million. What is your response?
It just tells you that everything about our country is selfishness.
Selfishness.
This woman already had an office, and she was going up for an office which she was gonna be paid what, about 160,000.
No, about 200 million, 200 million about there.
Yeah, in Jamaica money, yeah. So it's about greed and them selfish gain, but that subject that you not understand money, me I go leave you, but on the political side of things, unless Jamaica civil servants and Jamaica people get up and take them country and deal with it, we're going to this waste, whether be by scamming or by stealing, Andre.
But my point is, they say to the public servants that they want to practice public financial prudence and fiscal responsibility. So you're telling me as a country, your fiscal responsibility is for one woman's ambition? Comparing to the greater good of a nation that needs help, the amount of civil servants that cannot
even. How long has Cornwall Regional Hospital been under repair, Andre?
About a decade now, them repairing Cornwall Regional Hospital.
Well, there you go. Look at the wheelchair where we see as...
Look on the wheelchair where we see as...
I heard that those wheelchairs used to also be in Black River Hospital
and Mandeville Hospital.
Well. Yes. That's what I heard as well.
So what me I said to poor people is, what me I said to poor people is, what is really happening?
Andre, Jamaica turn out into announce this story, because if you're not Jamaican and you don't understand how Jamaica runs, and it has been explained to you, it would sound like an announced story, but it's our reality.
$43 million?
Oh.
43? Listen, hold on a second. Don't be so hot-tempered. At least to get a breakdown of the 143 million Grace McLean stole. We are yet to get a breakdown of the millions Royal Reid stole. We're yet to get a breakdown to Jam scandal. We're yet to get a breakdown of all the other stolen goods. So Andre, at least provide a breakdown and accountability for this one. But then, did you recall, Wayne, that they had said that it's some companies who had sponsored Kamina's bid? Do you? No, don't you remember they said it was some private corporate entities who gave financial support to Kamina for her public relations campaign, right? Where is that money then? All of us now, the government is going to be saying to us, remember, the campaign financing laws is that public declaration must be given to all funds spent. Here the government going to say no. Here dirtiness that them are going to say that it will be inappropriate for the government to name those corporate entities who privately invested in Kamina Johnson Smith's bid.
Isn't that's corruption?
That's corruption.
Because the investment was to fund
a public office.
For a
public office. You're going to say that you are not willing to disclose how much
Andre,
or who.
Could it be
probably
that Kamina Johnson?
Probably it's not 43 million.
No, could it be that Kamina Johnson campaign was funded by private sectors, but the government is still allotting campaign funds out of public money to share up for him in a contract and everything, you know?
All right then, you're still not understanding. You're still not connect the dots, Wayne. There is a strong possibility it is way more than. It is a strong possibility that it could be way more than the 43 million.
I would agree that it is way more than the 43 million.
So I want to know who are the corporate entities who funded her campaign. What was the allocation of her the monies funded by these corporate entities? Because why would you be hiding? Why would you not want to talk? How much money was used?
And who are the donors?
Who are the donors? Isn't it public financing policy for campaign financing regulations that if funds are allocated to private public bodies, they must be made aware of?
You're donating money to politicians to fight a political campaign. There is, I don't understand that piece of law very much, but there is laws around donations for political
and
campaigns.
I am saying it is a public office, so therefore it must be that the declaration must be made as to how the monies were come by.
Well,
think about that somewhere, Wayne. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening.
Mr. Andre, I need to send it 200 US.
For the gentleman?
One for him and one for you.
All right, then I'm dealing with major issues right now. So just send me a WhatsApp because I'm dealing with a class right now. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Come on, Jamaica. Come on, Jamaica. And for those who are asking, Mrs. Somano, inquisitive, I made it abundantly clear that it's tomorrow I go and sort out things for Mr. Peart. So all I know we want to come over here to start mischief and mix up. I said that Tuesday I will sort out things for Mr. Peart. Today was Miss Sophia's time. I'm opening up the lines now. And I want people to call in and we're going to discuss this issue of how $43 million was wasted on one man's ambition. $43 million. And see me Zelle information there. My PayPal information, my personal bank account. If you want to send any support, let me know. The class is now open. I mean, I wanna done speak to come a class tonight. It's my class alone. You know the truth of what is happening with governance, security, education, and crime, foreign policy, agriculture, social security, social issues. My class alone are keeping a Jamaica. I go to them class here. Hello, good night. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night, dear. How are you?
I'm good. You're doing a good job, Andre, and I look forward watching you every night. But I just want to piggyback to last night about this guy who just got out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard you said that the institution as an example with like a literature in the JCF, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, if you said like other islands are using this case so that other people don't make a mistake like that in the future, with is where people get locked up and they didn't do the crime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, are they benefiting from that literature that they are using in the classroom?
All right, I'm going to say to you, you see, when something happens in a courtroom and it becomes a flagship case, you cannot use it for monetary gains. It is for criminal, it is for law and law enforcement, and for the law to use it as a case for future. So he would not be compensated for that.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the education.
All right, my
Keep
dear.
up the good
Bless
work.
you. It's a case study, they call it. It's a case study, so it can be used and people can make money off of it. Hello?
Andre,
Yes, good evening.
you remember when Broga did win the Labour the party, right? In seat. And I was at his constituency at the time when he promised, for the young people, he's going to do so much for the young people and the elders. Well, me I said, if we vote him in back, we fully done. Because let me tell you something, in the nothing for we as young people, Andre, you know, you have some young people who try very hard to walk on the right path just to make two ends meet, and trust me, what we make is hand to mouth. We do a little course to get a little job. When you're done with the little course, you can't get no work. Them make sort of excuses either. Them can't pay you, nothing now be done. Them just need to resign and come out of the seat, them man. They need to leave. We not see nothing when them do for when they look on some of the basic school, and the teacher they not get no money, them fed up, them no want to teach, nothing at all. Because the parents, them money are build up some of the private school, when education should be suitable for all areas of children. We not understand them people here, none at all. $43 million.
$43 million.
But $43 million one somebody.
One somebody personal ambitions.
And what's about she? She lying with gold.
She's a golden girl for Jamaica, my friend. Golden girl.
My advice, one day I think, without you, I can't know the truth of going to Jamaica. I'm lock up in my house and scroll, and I still not know. I can't pay light to it. But we are begged, everybody on the live right now, we are begged for blood coverage for Andre. Because trust me, brother, you just come out of nowhere. You just come see if we are rescue you. And some people, man, were just one way. For the government. No? No, how we high our brain. Have a wonderful night.
All right, Carla, blessings.
Aye.
My God. What is really happening in this country? $43 million. $43 million spent on one woman's personal ambition. $43 million. Hello? 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 Hello?
Good night, Teach.
Mm-hmm.
If you can recall, during the time of this election for this lady, they went with X amount of people, and when the time comes, they can't give an account for everybody who was not present to vote.
Mm.
And I am thinking if she was like a scapegoat, because basically what I'm seeing, she lost before she went there.
Mm.
Also, who was pushing her into this office, she would be getting almost 2 times the amount of salary that person is getting.
Mm.
Why do you think this person really wanted her to excel? Second thing is, I look at this as this government is robbing this country. It's like taking milk from a baby's mouth.
Mm.
$43 million, you know how far that could have taken our educational system.
Mm.
I have the privilege to sit and watch School Challenge Quiz this evening, and it ends at 15, one school at 15 and one at 10. Sometime last week it was 32 for one school and 6 for another. This is a disgrace. And one of the things is the 2 years that these children are out of school. Don't you think some of this money should have pumped in the educational system? You recognize that we are losing so many teachers. In case some people don't know, you can check the school record. During this summer, if you check the amount of school looking for teachers, it's not even funny because they're elsewhere in different countries because
It's over 400 teachers leaving September.
They're not being paid properly. And we can't blame them. They're not running from our children as people want us to believe. They are running because they can't afford to stay. We have nurses leaving this country where our hospitals basically soon don't have adequate amount of nurses because they're running to greener pastures. There's nobody trying to get to Jamaica to work here because they're not being paid. Those who are here are not being paid. And when you talk about holding people accountable, get upset. When you say, Andrew, holding people get upset like you're killing them. But let me tell you something. I will hold the Prime Minister accountable all in my sleep. Because if you go to a school and the children is not performing, do we blame the teachers and the principal, don't we?
Yes.
Yes, we do. And the educational, those in the IOP, they blame the teachers and principal as well. If you go to the hospital and you're not being treated correctly, you blame the doctor.
The doctor and the nurses.
Don't we do?
True.
We are a set of hypocrites in this country. And I don't know what all this man have over persons who take up for him, but trust me, have no hold of me. He should be held accountable because he's in the position that he can change things.
True.
Or he can make things better. This money that they take is like a vacation they went on as far as I'm concerned. Because we are not seeing value for our taxpaying money. I don't know if persons who take up for them money just they just pick it up off street or whatever, but I work them hard for mine. And I will speak and I will call his name as often as it needs be, because when somebody is wrong, they are wrong. If your child does something, people talk about the parents.
True.
So why we don't call a spade a spade? Why we don't call sin sin? A lot of things happening and people saying the church is not stepping in. We hold them accountable, don't. We are a set of hypocrites. And that's why this country is like how it is.
True.
And that's why we are fighting even on this platform to make better. And it's just a struggle because persons, we are not coming in agreement. We are not uniform. We are not in unison. And
True.
that's the reason why they tend to continue to use us, because they look at us as a bag of fools.
Mighty God. All right, my student, thank you for your 2 cents this evening, all right?
Yes, sir.
My God. What is happening in this country? Yes, Michelle.
Hi, Andre. Let me say something. Do you remember when Andrew Wheatley and this Petrojam incident was going on?
Mm-hmm.
And do you recall a check was written on Andrew's behalf to pay back monies by Elizabeth Moiston? No journalist investigated who Elizabeth Moiston was. One person did that investigation, and what they came up with was a gravestone in the name of Elizabeth Moiston. What is going on is that Jamaicans, the citizens of the country, are not holding these politicians accountable.
Mm-hmm.
See, somebody come tell about say you must take authority. The problem is the majority of Jamaicans do not understand that these people work for us.
Mm-hmm.
We are their bosses. And when you allow, you see this thing called mental slavery?
Mm-hmm.
It is what is killing Jamaica right now. And you know why it is killing Jamaica? Because too many Jamaicans are born PMP, born JLP, and not born Jamaicans.
Mm.
So yes, until we grasp the concept as a people that hold on there, my vote is important.
Yes.
My vote means something.
Yes.
When somebody promises me something, don't just vote for people because them say, and that is a problem a lot of us have. We vote for people because them say them going to do this and them going to do that. We don't ask them the question, how are you going to do it? What steps are you going to take to achieve it?
But what I am saying, can a government really squander $43 million on one person's personal ambition? You know, it's something.
It's not squandering. It's stolen. It's stolen, and they do it. They can do it because the citizens of Jamaica have no problem with them doing it. Because if the citizens of Jamaica had a problem with them doing it, the citizens of Jamaica would come out and rebel against it. But they don't do that. They come on your show and they tell you that you need to respect authority. We do not question. We are not supposed to question authority. So they're like mindless sheep. And the very few of us who understand and see what is going on and will speak up and speak out are the ones that they chastise. Because we must speak the truth, because we're speaking the truth that their mentally enslaved brains cannot comprehend. So you see again, until their mentally enslaved brains comprehend that politicians are there to serve the people, the politicians, this government, other governments will continue to rob the country
And exploit them.
And the citizens will still continue to say they are born PMP and they are born JLP. For Jamaica to change and for things to change, it has to come from the people. The people need to realize this cannot continue anymore. The people need to realize we are being exploited. The people need to realize that I cannot go to the public hospital as a Jamaican citizen and get proper health care.
True.
I cannot open my doors and windows at night because I might die. I might not live to see the next day. I noticed when you were marching for Donnelly the other day, the amount of them marching in a parade to do what? Emancipated from what? They know what the word emancipation means? If they were emancipated, everybody would have been in that protest instead of talking about them a beat drum and a go yes and a go this. They would have been in the protest if they understood what the word emancipation means. They celebrated 6 years of independence, and Jamaica is number 10 as the most violent country in the world's top 10 out of 167 other countries in the world. Jamaica is number 10, and we're talking about independence. And this 43 million by next week, it's gone because the people do not care.
Thank you for that, Michelle. All right, blessings.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, good night, Andrew. How are you?
I'm well.
Blessings. I have a point that I want to bring across, right? In terms of the $43 million that has been issued to that lady, whatever they wanted to to get done. There's so many kids, right, going to school, and they don't have access to an iPad because the technology has far well increased. And even when the COVID was going on, and even up until now, Andre, there are a lot of children still do not have access to a computer. I believe that 43 millions could have bought and probably help at least take 10 students probably from the inner city. You know what I mean? That they need help to go to college and say, you know what? I'm gonna fund this for education because, bro, God, this is what you say you stand up for a new future of tomorrow. Children in a native mind. So what are you doing? I believe that you could have used that 43 million and invest in the future.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Those were the days when we could not access certain things.
All right, thank you for that point. All right.
Where we...
Hello, good evening. Hello.
You know what the Bible says? It says what?
Hello, good evening.
Yo, hello.
Yes, blessings. Good evening.
My brother, I'm just listening to you live and I just want to give like maybe about a minute or so. What I have to say is that I'm a Jamaican but I live overseas now, yeah? But being in Jamaica for most of my life, I've noticed that we're the most gullible people. You know what I'm saying? We don't ask questions and we don't want to know how things go, you know what I'm saying? So we're just so gullible that everything that is put in front of us, we just run with it. You know what I'm saying? The whole political thing that we have grouped with, it's from generation to generation. It's been like it's passing down. Nobody's trying to change nothing. Because if somebody's saying that they support a particular party, then they're just saying that they support the party because they're born in that party. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what the party does, you know what I'm saying, they don't try to like ask questions. And these politicians, they will never be held accountable for anything that they do, you know.
Well, you can't say that. You know why you can't say that?
Right.
I am using my platform to change the mindset of the Jamaican people. And a lot of people are now being enlightened. A lot of people are zooming in. I'm going to say this to you, my boss. A few months ago when I came out, no man, no straight man, no listen to me because them say Andrea Batman and fish. You get where I come from? If you go in the streets right now, if you listen to the people, uptown, downtown, everywhere, the conversation is, Andre, we are listening to you. Keep applying pressure. So I am resonating with the people. And if I am resonating with the people, it means that I am having impact. And if I'm having impact, I can equally influence.
Yes, my boss.
Do you understand?
Yeah, man.
So if I can influence, it simply means that a year or two from now, my platform can determine the next government.
Yes.
Do you understand what I am saying to you?
Yeah, man.
There is a void. There is a gap. People want to hear the truth. A lot of injustices people have met upon this society. When you have a man who was incarcerated wrongfully 12 years ago, and that man can find the kind of impact I'm having. So I am saying to you, my friend, very soon, some of those who believe that they have the influence over Jamaica, very soon, remember the voting population in the last election was about 23 or 21%.
Yes.
Very low turnout. If the opposition wants to become government, I would advise them to become my friend. But the opposition is not doing what they need to do. So I'm not going to be friends with them. I am going to be the watchdog for this country.
Yeah, my boss, you do a good job, man. I swear.
I am going to hold everybody in public office under public scrutiny and public accountability. transparency. You understand what I am saying to you? So very soon, you know, there is a group in the United States called Bring. I'm going to get back the name. Him called some Brandon something.
Give me 1 minute to interject, my boss. What I observe most is some of the times when them go in office is for personal gain, you know, and family gain. You understand? So you find so the whole of them brother and them sister end up start make money. I think that them can't put him go and police. Because them the 43 million they might declare, so them spend that on the campaign. But really and truly, where has it gone? What in a Jamaica really consume $43 million on a campaign? You understand what I say?
But the campaign was not in Jamaica. All right, they spent $12.1 million alone for the Prime Minister's team.
Yeah.
Why did the Prime Minister need to have such a large delegation going to Rwanda?
Them just make up numbers to TV people them money, man. Because what I mean, when them 5 year up, you know, this is the thing when me find, so with me personally, me observe, when them 5 year done and them thief all of the money there, them just gone. You understand? So that is where me say them will never be held accountable. Because when them...
Well, I'm going to say to you, you know who going to hold them accountable? The people on the roads, the people in the street.
Yeah, man.
All right?
As me saying, they do a good job in terms of waking up the people. Them, you know what I'm saying? I need somebody like a real voice out there to talk up to the people. Them, because the people, them, basically, in a voice to the voiceless right now. You know
all right. All right, my boss.
You know what I'm saying? But big up still. You know?
Blessings.
Blessing.
Hello?
Hi, Jay, good night.
Yeah, I was speaking to you earlier, but you made your point about the tablets, man. I heard what you were saying.
Yes, Andre, and it's like, sorry for the yelling, but it's like, it's too much, Andre. I am living in the States, you know, I'm Jamaican, and Andre, when you, bro, let me tell you something. I was in fasting today, and I have to lift you up. I care zero. We had to call everybody there to say we have to pray. Because, Andre, it's like you're bringing a new thing to the island. And I'm talking this with my eye full of tears because it's like there's so many people you're speaking for. And it's like you are a new movement. And this is what Bob Marley speaks about. It's like you're an Exodus movement of your people. And it's like you're bringing something new to the table. It's like you're letting people know that I care zero what you want to do to me. I'm going to stand up for what is right. And Andre, I salute you. I salute you so much. I love you so much. And bro, I'm loving you from right here in America. Keep on doing what you're doing. I've never seen no one like you. And you do it boldly, fierce. You care zero, and that's what you have a battalion behind you. And I tell you today, Christians are for you. Because I'm a Christian, I can speak. And there's never a day I don't say, God, cover Andre Stevenson. We love you. Keep on doing a good job. I love you from the bottom of my heart. God bless.
All right, my sister. Bless you. What's really happening in Jamaica? $43 million.
Call ended.
Hello?
Ended.
Hello?
Andre.
Yes, good evening. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night, dear.
Andre,
Yes.
let me tell you something. You see this government here? After the rich government is not the poor government. Help poor people. And the rich government this year, the rich and the famous this year government is help poor people.
Really?
And let me tell you something. Me say they don't help poor people.
They no help, they no business if poor people want dead. Then go for the rich uptown.
Well, me love, them can't go on there because next election, me one alone and take them on.
This government no different from the police then.
You know, see, Miss Sophia put out today, say, at 27 days now, and all know the Prime Minister not talk about.
You when me say Andrew, this government no different from the police.
All right, my friend, bless you, yeah?
Me live no way. Police don't make me live no way. I can't tell you that. I'm going to call you and tell you.
All
Why
right,
me say so.
cool.
All right, have a...
Hello? Hello?
Yes, good night.
Good night, mommy. Sorry about that.
All right. Look at when George Floyd, right? In America, Minneapolis. When the police do whatever them do to him, look how everybody come out and one accord and demonstrate. Jamaica need to get that the zeal there to be part one accord and come out against injustice and fight against injustice.
Yet, me no know them not gonna get that, my mother.
Now look what me I think now, Andre. You ever think about running for Prime Minister?
Why would I run for Prime Minister?
Andre, you have it. You have it in you.
I'm not a member of any political party. I'm not a member.
You form your own political party.
That are too much. That are too much. That are too much strain. That are too much.
I know enough people, enough young people in the Labour Right Party and the PNP party want good, but them just have stifle in the party. Them want to come out and I know them would have joined you.
I say this to you, the majority of these young people in active politics, their minds are more corrupt than even those who actually sit in the seats. They're the ones who do the evil acts. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I sit amongst them, I talk with them, I eat with them. Some of the nastiness and the evil that palpate their minds, you'll be surprised.
Wow. But Andre, I feel like if you run against in this election, Andre, I don't feel like you're going to win it, but I know you're going to put them on notice. And when you come back next election, I know you're winning.
But I'm going to tell you, man, I don't believe in losses. So I would not go up expecting to. Here's what I'm going to say to you. The next election, I will assist the country.
Look into what me I say, man.
Yes, but for now, I will keep as a watchdog for my nation. I am just 30 years old. I am just 30 years old. I have so much more years ahead of me.
And ready to play any part we can play.
All right, bless you, my dear. Hello, good evening. I don't want to run in an election at this time. I don't want to run at any election this time. My focus is greater than being a part of a political party at this time. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good night.
Good night there.
Is it Andre?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm living in the United States of America. When I was living in Jamaica, the only time that I've ever voted, I voted one time. I was for Andrew Holman. And right now, to tell you how disappointed I am, it's an understatement.
You're disappointed?
How disappointed I am right now, I can't even begin to explain how disappointed I am in how he's managing or handling or whatever, running the country down to the dirt. I have a son back in Jamaica, I have family back in Jamaica, and I am worried. Because at the point that we're at right now, it's like there's no coming back for Jamaica.
Well, it's going to come back. I still believe in my country.
I was even on campaigning when I was living in Jamaica. The only time my father is born PNP, and I went out and voted for this man because I thought that I was tricked. I thought that he actually was going to do something for Jamaica.
and he did not.
And he is not. There's so many college students living without a job. There's so many persons running away from Jamaica.
True.
So how can a mother run from Jamaica with her child, climbing walls?
And the pitney dead.
What Jamaica is right now.
Mm-mm.
And there are more persons on in Jamaica. I know persons in Jamaica right now that are willing to climb the wall whether they live or die. They're taking the chance. I've never seen these things for the 36 years that I've been on earth. I've never seen these things happening in Jamaica.
Really? Mm.
And if only Jamaicans would just realize what's going on, open their eyes, this die-hearted thing needs to stop.
Wow.
This die-hearted thing needs to stop. We need to stop seeing orange and green and actually see the Jamaican flag, which is black, green, and gold.
Well, let us see,